The father who could not hear. There was once a father who lived in a quiet valley between two mountains. He had two sons whom he loved, though he rarely knew how to show it. And for many years, everything in the valley appeared peaceful. The father worked hard, he provided well. He showed up to every duty, he was proud of this, and others admired him for it. From the outside, it looked like a good and blessed home, but inside the house, something was missing. The sons felt it first, long before they had language for it. When they were small, their father felt warm and safe, because children do not yet know the difference between a present body and a present heart. He practiced sports with them, built things for them, and cheered for them at games. But as the boys grew and their hearts began to wake, they felt a distance forming, a distance the father could not see. When they tried to share their fears, the father grew tense. When they cried, he grew louder. When they were uncertain, he felt shaken. Their emotions made him feel unsafe, and so he pushed them back towards silence. He did not know he was doing this. He only knew that when his sons were upset, his own chest tightened and chaos filled his mind. He mistook their fear for disobedience. He mistook their sadness for disrespect. He mistook their cries for threats. And little by little, without meaning to, he taught his sons to hide their hearts from him. Years passed. The sons became men. Their own dark nights came, the kind every man faces when life breaks open and truth rises from the places he tried to bury. And unlike their father before them, the sons refused to hide. They let the walls fall. They let the old selves die. They let their wounds come into the light. Their suffering became their teacher. God met them in the breaking, and because they learned to face the truth, they began to see clearly not only their own wounds, but the wound their father had carried his entire life. They saw that he was not cold. He was frightened. They saw that he was not distant. He was overwhelmed. They saw that he was not hard-hearted. He had never learned how to feel without fear. And so they reached for him. But the moment they did, the father felt attacked. For in his world, the one who speaks the truth is the enemy, and the one who tries to help feels like a threat. His sons told him, "Dad, something is wrong. We want to heal with you. We want to know you. We want to walk with you toward light." But the father only heard accusation. He became defensive. He tried to correct them. He tried to debate them. He tried to explain himself. He tried to prove he was not the man they described. He could not see that his sons were not describing who he truly was, but the armor he had used to survive. He shut down. He withdrew. And the house grew heavy. The sons stepped back, not in anger, but because they finally understood the pattern that had shaped their entire childhood. Their father did not know how to hear them because he did not know how to hear himself. He had been emotionally silent his whole life, not because he lacked love, but because he lacked safety. And now, with his sons no longer playing along, no longer pretending everything was fine, the father felt abandoned. He said to himself, "My sons are shunning me. My family has turned against me. I don't know what I've done wrong." But the truth was simpler, softer, and far closer than he realized. The sons were not shunning their father. They were refusing to re-enter the prison he had spent his entire life trapped inside. One evening, the father tried again. He called to his sons and said, "I want to talk. I want to move forward." But when he began speaking, his old fear returned. He felt the chaos rise. He felt the need to control the moment, to steer the conversation, to protect himself from feeling small. His words came out tight, his chest guarded, his tone sharp with hidden fear. His sons knew this voice. It was the same voice they had grown up under. And so they stepped away, not out of rejection, but because they would not return to a pattern that had wounded all of them. The father felt hurt. He felt confused. He felt certain that his sons were the problem. But later that night, alone in his room, he felt something he could not name, a trembling deep inside, as if something old and tired was finally asking to be released. He did not know it, but this was the beginning of the truth he had avoided his whole life. The beginning of God's quiet invitation, not to perform, not to pretend, not to be the strong one, but to finally let go. Days passed, the weight grew heavier, his strength, the strength he had carried for decades, began to crack. His routines no longer protected him. His service no longer soothed him. His good deeds no longer convinced him he was okay. Everything he had leaned on began slipping through his fingers. The valley, once peaceful, felt like it was closing in. And then one night, unable to sleep, the father went outside and fell to his knees. He whispered, "God, I don't know how to do this anymore." And for the first time in his life, he did not try to be right. He did not try to be strong. He did not try to be the good man. He did not try to hold the family together by force of will. He simply told the truth. "I'm lost." In the quiet, he felt a presence behind him. Not a voice from the sky, not a thunderclap, but a stillness, as if someone had been waiting there all along. The father felt warmth spread across his chest, a warmth he had not felt since he was a child. And in that stillness, without sound, he understood. Jesus had never asked him to be the strong one, never asked him to perform, never asked him to pretend, never asked him to hold everything together. Jesus had asked only one thing: "Come to me as you are, broken, frightened, confused, ashamed, tired of pretending." The father felt tears come, slow at first, then heavy, the kind that don't come from sadness, but from truth finally breaking free. And in that moment, he saw something clearly. His sons were not his enemy. They were his guides. God had sent them to show him the path he had never known how to walk. A path of humility, a path of surrender, a path of letting go of the self he built to survive his own childhood. A path into love, not the love he tried to perform, but the love that asks for nothing except honesty. When the father rose to his feet, the valley felt different. It was the same valley, but he was not the same man. He did not yet know how to talk to his sons. He did not yet know how to feel safely. He did not yet know how to listen. But for the first time, he knew he didn't know, and that was the beginning of wisdom. He made a simple decision. He would stop trying to be the father who had it all together and become the father who was finally willing to be real. The next morning, he went to his sons. He did not ask to talk. He did not defend himself. He did not explain. He did not control. He simply said, "I'm learning how to hear you. I don't know how yet. But I want to walk this path with you. Please help me see what I couldn't see before." And for the first time in their lives, the sons saw the father, not the performer, not the protector, not the man who hid his fear beneath strength, but the man God had been inviting into truth all along. A man willing to follow Jesus not by being right, but by being honest. A man willing to die to the old self so a truer self could finally live. A man willing to let love in. And in the valley between the mountains, something shifted. Not because everything was healed, but because the father finally stopped pretending he had healed himself. He stepped into the one place he had avoided his whole life: humility, openness, and the terrifying freedom of letting himself be loved. And that was the moment his family began to heal. Not through control, not through performance, not through debate, but through truth. And the truth, as Jesus promised, set them free.